On it, he won his victory, wounding the devil and conquering the death. My dear brothers and sisters, today the Holy Church celebrates the feast of the exaltation of the Holy Cross. On this day, we honor the Holy Cross on which our Christ was crucified. We exalt the cross as the symbol of victory over death. Today's first reading is taken from the book of Numbers, chapter 21, verse 4 to 9, where we have the episode of Moses lifting up the bronze serpent so that all who are bitten by the serpent shall look at it and live. In the Old Testament, the people spoke against God and they loathed the food God gave them from heaven to keep them alive. They were growing impatient and tasteless for this food that kept them alive for so long. And so, God punishes them with serpents, and when they repented, Moses pleads for the people and he lifts up the bronze serpent so that they may live again. And John, referring to this in his Gospel, writes, "As Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, so must the Son of Man be lifted up, and whoever believes in him may have eternal life." Christ chose to be lifted up on the cross so that all who look at him and believe in him may inherit eternal life. Though he was thought to be dead by those who crucified him, we know he is not. For he continues to be with us as he was before in the Eucharist. It's this promise to us, "I am with you always to the close of the ages." Matthew 28:20. Christ in the Eucharist is the same Christ who was scourged, torn and crucified on the cross. In John 6:51 we read, "I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live forever, and the bread which I shall give for the life of the world is my flesh." By choosing to die on the cross, he gives himself as the bread of life for us, that we who eat of this bread may have eternal life and never die. For we read in John's Gospel, chapter 6 again, "Your fathers ate the manna in the wilderness and died. But this is the bread of life that comes down from heaven, that a man may eat of it and may not die." Jesus, through his cross, put an end to death and brought us life through the Eucharist. How much do we value this Eucharist where Christ is truly and substantially present? My dear friends, sometimes we tend to be like those people who loathed manna in the desert. We can grow indifferent to the Eucharist at times. At all these times, we have the cross to look at. It reminds us of the sacrifice that Christ did to win us the everlasting life in him, the Eucharist. St. Andrew of Crete, in one of his homilies, says, "If there had been no cross, Christ would not have been crucified. If there had been no cross, life would not have been nailed to the tree. If he had not been nailed, the streams of everlasting life would not have welled from his side, blood and water, cleansing the world. If there had been no cross, death would not have been trodden underfoot. On it, he won his victory, wounding the devil and conquering the death." And so, cross is no more a symbol of shame for us. It is the symbol of victory. And today, we honor and exalt the cross through which our salvation is won.